welcome to our presentation. I'm Amanda.
I'm Sarah, and unfortunately, Edlin is sick and cannot be with us today, but she's with us in spirit.
Our project is on improving the learned experience for family advocate and self-advocate trainees. We'll talk about why we did this project, how we approached it, and what we learned. Then we'll share recommendations for the future. Family advocates and self-advocates bring essential lived experience to LEND. Their perspectives enrich the learning environment for all trainees. As neurodivergent trainees and advocates, we had experiences that made us wonder whether it was just us or if other trainees felt the same way. With this project, we aimed to better understand the unique experiences and challenges of family advocates and self-advocates and identify the ways to build more inclusive and supportive program for all. First, we gathered information. After reviewing annual evaluation summaries, we felt there was a gap in data around the needs and perspectives of neurodivergent trainees and family advocates. To bridge those gaps, we created a survey and sent it to the past and current LEND trainees. We will be describing the data we collected with a qualitative lens. Among the 41 responses we received, there were representation across training years, disciplines, and trainee types. We reviewed the data through multiple lenses to identify themes and patterns and found key differences between three groups that we decided to take a closer look at. Advocate disciplines are trainees whose primary LEND discipline is self-advocate or family advocate. Neurodivergent trainees are those who identify as neurodivergent with a primary discipline that is not an advocate discipline. For example, a psychology or occupational therapy trainee who identifies as neurodivergent. All other trainees are trainees in non-advocate disciplines who do not identify as neurodivergent. For example, a psychology or occupational trainee who is not neurodivergent. For the remainder of the presentation, we will be using these terms when referring to each group. First, we'd like to share some highlights and trainee priorities. We found that overall, 80% agreed when asked if they would recommend LEND. When we take a closer look by groups, however, we can see that advocate disciplines and neurodivergent trainees are less likely to recommend LEND than all other trainee types. Neurodevelopmental disability seminars were consistently ranked as top 3 activity by all trainees who responded. Advocate disciplines also place mentorship, community placements, and understanding family across contexts as top activities. Neurodivergent trainees valued leadership seminars, clinical placements, and their leadership projects. All other trainees also highly ranked leadership seminars, understanding family across contexts, and interdisciplinary conferences. Reviewing both numbers and personal feedback gave us a clearer view of what's working well and where trainees may be facing challenges. Clarity around placements and feedback processes both stood out as areas of need for advocate disciplines and neurodivergent trainees, with significantly lower numbers of agreement than all other trainees on these statements. Neurodivergent trainees and advocate disciplines are less likely to feel they belong.
They are also less likely than all other trainees to feel included, valued, and respected. One highlight is that advocate disciplines, along with all other trainees, feel well supported in reaching their goals. We found that neurodivergent trainees But we found that neurodivergent trainees in non-advocacy disciplines may need more support than the other groups. They are less likely to agree with statements about feedback and support, and they may benefit from access to support from advocacy faculty. Overall, trainees would enjoy learning through small group and panel discussions. Also popular were structured time for connection and being paired with another trainee. So themes emerged, highlighting opportunities for clarity, structure, and belonging. We found that trainees would benefit from increased clarity in expectations and program options. We also found that trainees would benefit from better channels for raising concerns and regular feedback on their participation. Ideas for increasing clarity include improving options for both providing and receiving feedback, such as mid-year focus groups, reflection time built into activities, and feedback mechanisms for trainee contributions. Also ensuring that plain language is used across blended activities, including plain language options for seminar materials, and providing a catalog of clinical and community placements with details like options for participation depending on trainee type, time commitments, and information on any potentially sensitive content that may be difficult for some trainees to observe. When it comes to the structure of the program overall, responses called attention to the need for developing blended activities together. Trainees frequently expressed a desire for more flexibility, and comments also emphasized the need for more intentional and structured inclusion of advocate disciplines. Recommendations include developing activities and materials with advocates as active contributors, providing structured paths for participation in all activities, so all trainees feel that the program was designed with them in mind, and allowing more flexibility in required program activities depending on a trainee's background and goals. The need for belonging stood out the most. Many activities have limited opportunities for discussion or making connections. We recommend incorporating opportunities for connection into blended activities whenever possible. Ideas to increase belonging include prioritizing building connection and orientation to ensure we start the year off getting to know each other. Forming peer groups for neurodivergent trainees and family advocates supported by advocate faculty. Pairing trainees from different disciplines for shared learning and placements, interdisciplinary conferences, or short-term projects. And offering optional opportunities for connection that could include game or trivia nights, or pairing trainees up for the year. In general, structured activities like games are often more successful for neurodivergent trainees than unstructured activities like happy hours. And next steps, we encourage leadership to continue asking questions, seeking feedback, and finding opportunities to build a better lens together with advocates and neurodivergent trainees. Huge thank you to everyone that supported us in making this project possible.
The UC Davis Mind Institute was founded in 1998 with the promise to reduce and prevent the disabilities that can be associated with autism and other neurodevelopmental conditions. Every day, our clinicians and researchers make progress on that promise. Our groundbreaking research on autism, Fragile X syndrome, chromosome 22q11.2 deletion syndrome, ADHD, and other conditions associated with disability are helping affected individuals achieve their fullest potential. Please visit our website or our social media platforms to find out more about current studies, upcoming events, and how you can help make a difference.